What can I say? I'm dressed for the occasion. Oh, the drama that's going to unfold in the next couple hours. Tonight we'll be doing a commentary of the TV show OMG, a show that looks at various subcultures in our society. As you can probably guess, this week is going to be discussing furries. Now, it goes without saying that the furry fandom and mainstream media haven't really gotten on too well together. What can I say? Sex sells, unfortunately. But from what I've gathered so far, personally I'm optimistic about it. I mean, if the whole thing goes to pot, then can't say we didn't try, right? Either way, no matter what happens in the next hour, one lot of furries are going to be laughing at another lot of furries. Now, for those of you who don't know the format to this type of video that I do, this is a sort of like a Wednedsay riff track style commentary, except that I'm going to be going through this as blind as I possibly can be. I've already spoken to one of the furries that was interviewed, and he tells me the whole thing went quite well. I've also watched the previous episode of OMG, where it discussed people who are fascinated with vampires, and I don't mean Twilight either. Personally, I think it handled that subculture quite well, but the show is far from perfect. Now, for those of you who have come from my other channel, there is also one minor difference between this one and my usual commentaries, in that I'm essentially doing this live, meaning that the show will be broadcast to me as it unfolds. It's not like I download the video off some sort of archive, like I usually do. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling on about it. Let's just get it over with. I mean, this video is going to be like an hour and a half anyway. Boom. Okay, and we're off. Oh goody, sexual references. That's a good sign. And because of this mistake, I'm probably going to have the audio removed, thanks to YouTube.
Or have we? I've confessed all and revealed my secrets. Or have I?
I don't know.
I have nothing to hide. Do you? Over the next weeks, in front of my mischievous and curious studio audience, I'll be meeting some people who'll be revealing some risque little truths.
Real people!
I'll meet some inhabitants of our little island who have some hidden identities and will reveal who they really are to me.
One who sucks blood.
Do you have sex with hands on?
I think it's more of a foreplay thing.
I'd love to be a vampire.
Oh, I really don't like that guy.
You're so brilliant!
He's definitely
I've been looking at real
straight.
lives that have been kept behind closed doors until now.
Cougars.
Tell me, did you just wake up one morning and think, today I'm going to be a cougar?
When I split up with my ex, I found like lots of young guys were interested, so yeah, I decided I was a cougar. You know, I look good still, so I should have a guy that looks good.
When I've seen
I
them a few times, I
wouldn't
give them one of
personally.
these mugs as a souvenir of their time with me.
Oh my god! We all need a gay best friend, and I borrowed Chris Moyles's. Aled is such a good listener on Radio 1 Surgery, and you can tell him anything.
Are you a member of the Mile High Club?
You're thinking about it!
I was sleeping with this guy and his false leg fell off.
As you do.
TV psychologist Emma Kenny listens to secrets and confessions on her couch every day. She's always ready to analyse and question, and she's always got a point of view.
It's completely different if all you want is the fame and lifestyle without any talent whatsoever. I love this person
Good
for this
point.
reason, I love that person for that reason, and we're all okay with it. You, the
Good.
baby, your partner, you were the ones who made it. Let it just be.
There's the odd special guest to tease, tantalise, and help peel back the layers.
Right, let's talk
Yes.
sex, honey. Can we talk sex?
Always.
No.
OMG. The sex is beyond the Apollo moon rocket.
You can
I don't
blame it
wanna
on
know.
the telly, or you can blame it on your willy.
That's one way to put it.
I don't know. My name is Peaches Geldof, and this is OMG.
Get on with it already.
Tonight on OMG. I question the seduction of fame, and I meet a girl who could have had Cheryl Cole's place in Girls Aloud.
And how do you feel when you see her career kicking off and knowing that it could have been you so easily?
Well, it could have not been me, because that's Cheryl. There's only one Cheryl Cole.
One of my guests reveals how far she's prepared to go for fame.
My name's Chrissy Warner, and I want to be famous.
And we meet the Furries as we get a rare glimpse into the world of the furry fandom.
The full name is Nightwind's Arthur Sapphire.
Well, actually, I don't know him personally, but I know of him. I know the kangaroo.
And joining the discussion tonight is iconic furry and controversial journalist Dom Jolly.
You're right, Dom.
Did he just say he was a furry?
And comedian Eric Lampert is back to heckle and give his quirky take on all our topics tonight.
What do you want?
I really don't like the fact that she uses Leap Speak as a title.
Peaches Geldof, and this is OMG. Tonight we're going to meet people whose unique lifestyles simply make us go OMG. Helping us get to grips with the weirdness is TV psychologist Emma Kenny, and from Radio 1, Aled Hayden-Jones. The next 16 minutes will be full of OMG moments as we tackle topics that are sure to get us all talking.
And the studio audience will be sharing some of the fun and games too tonight by revealing their very own personal OMG moments.
Dom, welcome to OMG.
Okay.
I've heard you've been in some pretty outrageous situations. Actually, I've seen them on TV. I was a big fan.
You haven't seen all of them.
Oh, really?
You haven't seen my really bad ones.
What? Share one with us.
Well, the worst one, I was doing a show called Happy Hour when I was basically supposed to be investigating cultural attitudes to alcohol around the world, or getting drunk.
Right.
And I was supposed to do this scene where I was on a horse and I had to chase a bull, catch its tail, and sort of somehow ended up with my hand halfway up the bull's arse. And I actually fell off the horse with my hand still up the bull's arse.
How was it fisting?
As you do.
It was actually quite comfortable.
And I can say you've done it.
I can say I've done it.
You
Never
really
do it
comfortable
again.
with it.
Yeah.
Could have used some more lube, but it was great.
We haven't
I'm
had the
pretty sure
bullshit joke,
the odd
but we
furry
will.
probably has as well.
You know,
I'm
it was
kidding.
bollocks.
Comedian Eric Lampard is with us. He's got a few more OMGs in him, I think. We can milk this cow dry.
Can we?
I think these, I mean, stand up. Those in themselves are an OMG.
Oh!
I don't know how I feel about them.
Those are not...
I don't even, like, he came to my dressing room earlier and it was just...
No.
It was sort of a moment like that.
Careful.
Oh, bastard.
Give us a little OMG of yours.
I don't know, I used to
Quite
work in a
strong,
stable.
this.
The amount of horses I've seen wanking is amazing. It's actually, it's weird, like people don't think, because, not with their, you know, like they didn't do it like humans, obviously, but they get on all fours, right? Sorry, but they're already on all fours. And, and then what they do is they rock back and forth until they get momentum and it hits their stomach and then so like, I didn't do it. I didn't.
But you just watched it.
I have tried it though, it's really difficult.
What, on the horse or you?
You missing the peach.
An OMG?
Yes, indeed, an OMG.
So, apparently, so I've been told, I've started sleepwalking. And the first time I did this, I got in from the night out, thought I went up to my bed, and thought I passed out. Apparently, I walked up to Caroline's bedroom, started rummaging through all her drawers, pulling everything out, and she said, "Natasha, what are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm looking for toys. I'm looking for toys. Where are your toys?"
You mean toys?
Toys.
I don't know. Toys?
Yeah.
Like Scrabble, Monopoly, like things
I
like
was quick.
that. Yeah.
Sorry. Completely wrong.
So didn't find any toys.
I was
and then
quicker than Don
got into her
Jolie.
bed.
Oh, hello. It's come back
What are you
again.
putting the toys on?
But
what
with
happened?
no toys.
No toys.
Right,
You're
so
going to
just
give it
you and her
wanking
in the
material
bed.
for like 3 months. Look at this. Look at this.
Unfortunately, Caroline's boyfriend was in bed as well at the time, and I got into his side of the bed.
So just in case you're not keeping up, there's 3 in the bed, no toys.
Yes, and she was sleepwalking.
No toys.
It's kind of the perfect excuse for your...
Yeah,
This
always.
is something
And I
that you'd
had
hear on
no
Jeremy Kyle.
recollection. She told me to go down.
It's just you're still trying to cover up for it now. You wanted a threesome.
It's true. It's my sneaky way of putting it out there.
That's one way.
Putting what out there?
Oh, I'm sorry I stopped your boyfriend's dick. I was sleepwalking.
OMG.
A recent survey showed more than
Does anyone
half
discuss
of
furries yet?
16-year-olds that want to be famous. Could this be the reason why?
Nowadays, the lives of the rich and famous seem to fascinate us all.
Oh, we're not actually
Celebrity
discussing
culture is
furries in the first
everywhere, and
segment.
we can't get enough. But with money, mansions,
I think
glamour,
I've had
screaming
enough.
fans and fast cars on show, it's no wonder it's all about the A-list.
I mean, they say half of 16-year-olds want to be famous. That's not to say that if you meet two people at the same time, one of them will want to be famous. I'm not one of those.
Everyone wants to play the fame game. Let's find out more from professional player Dom Jolly.
Player?
Yeah, professional player.
I know what you're saying, yeah, because I was on I'm a Celeb.
Yeah.
Which is...
Was that really the zenith of professional fame
It's about as
playing?
low as you can go, isn't it?
I
Have
mean,
you
no,
met
Dancing
Gillian
on
McKeith?
Ice. Dancing on Ice.
No,
yeah.
no, that's next.
Is it?
Yeah.
Have you got it lined up?
No, I think you can only do those shows once, and then it's excusable because it's an experiment. If you do any more, then you're a whore.
Yeah. But joking aside, though, what are your views on people wanting
You mean
fame?
reality
I don't
TV?
mind people wanting fame. What I hate is when you watch X Factor and there's people queuing up and they say, what do you want to be? And they don't even bother to say, which is the whole reason you're on X Factor, I want to be a singer. They go, I want to be famous. And you're like, the whole point of being famous, essentially, is you're famous for being something. And it's kind of, you can't just be famous for being famous. And then there's Jordan, and then I roast you Candy.
Exactly.
So I suppose there
The
is,
man
but it just
speaks
seems
true.
She's famous for tits.
yeah, but there's loads of people famous for tits. She's
Well, isn't that
particularly
being
good
famous
at
for
being
something?
famous for tits. So obviously her tits are particularly good. I don't know, I just think it's a waste of time, frankly.
And why do you think people lust after it so much?
Because I think that's what it's the new religion, isn't it? It's what we all think is brilliant. It's what we all look at and think, that's what makes me happy. And yet, most of what we look at as celebs on
we
telly
all
and in
pray to
magazines is celebs
ITV1.
fucking up, not celebs being happy. I think to be a proper celeb, you have to have slept with Rod Stewart. I think that's where it
Have you
stops.
slept with Rod
Not
Stewart?
yet, but he's
It's
just
on
another
your
kid.
list
It's
to
still
go, yeah.
there. You
I
never
don't go that
Have
way.
you?
I know we're discussing
wish.
furries, and I know I am one,
I think he's
but
got
I don't go
He's
that way.
watching now. He's working.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hopefully Kimberly isn't. But what do you think are
She just
the
said
ways
she
that
wants
people would
to
have to
sleep
go
with Rod
about
Stewart.
trying to be famous in this day and age and achieving it?
Well, I think there's different ways, isn't there? That you either get your tits out and hope that your tits are in some way more interesting than other people's tits, Jordan, or you kill someone, which was very old school. You do a good assassination.
No, I think mine are pretty
But that's
bland.
kind of quite low rent because it's very difficult to do photos from prison unless you're Paris Hilton or Lindsay Lohan, or I don't know, or you actually have a talent, which is extraordinary, but that's only going to last for a year, and then you're old school, so then you need to do something to boost that talent. So you either have to sleep with someone with more talent than you or less talent than you. Or you seem to need to hire Max Clifford, I think. Who looks after you PR-wise?
I have to go to a BT on that, though. Imagine that you could have been Cheryl Cole. Here's a girl that came oh so close.
Ever since I was a little girl, I've always known I wanted to be an entertainer. There was an audition for Pop Stars Arrivals, and I remember seeing Davina McCall in the crowd, and she was like, can anybody sing on GMTV right now? My mum went, yeah, Emma will do it.
I remember
Davina whispering in my ear and going, Emma, the judges really like you. I was like, yes! I was hoping to be one of the 5, which formed Girls Aloud. As between me and Cheryl Cole.
The singer going home is Emma.
At the time, I thought that was it. That was my only shot. About 2 weeks later, I get a call from Warner Brothers saying, we want to sign you. The girl ran clear. We were the final 4 girls. You didn't make it into Girls Aloud.
Yeah, but that's
and then
kind
I
of
got
the
approached to do
same.
a show for Paris Hilton, which was Paris Hilton's British
That's
best
kind
friend.
of what happens in
We'll stay
singing contests.
friends, just not best friends.
I mean,
And then I
look
get
at
asked to be part
Gareth
of
Gates
the British
or-
version of Glee. I'm like a Gleek. It's like, no, don't stop believing.
Not
That's
Paris
me.
Hilton.
If you want something enough, you will eventually achieve it. You get punched, you get back
that
up.
is
There
bad.
will be a
Painful.
moment where I just
Painful
go,
on the ears.
I've made it.
There
I'll
was
just
a
go,
British
and I'll be
version
like,
of Glee.
never stop believing.
Ugh. No, why are you playing that song in the background? God.
Let's meet her. Please welcome Emma.
Yeah, let's just remind ourselves of someone who was famous.
Emma, so
I hope this thing is actually
what
recording.
did that Pop Stars moment feel like?
Obviously it was devastating at the time because it was the first thing I'd ever done, and obviously to get into Girls Aloud was my goal.
It is
to
actually
went into
recording.
that show.
We don't
so
want
it's
to
really
be
disappointing.
15
but
minutes
after I
in
came
a
out the
TV
show, I
show.
got signed and was then performed
find
into a
out
new
that
girl
we're
band called
recording.
Clear. So it was only 2 weeks of being upset, and then after that I went on and was in a girl band, so I was okay.
And do you feel like you missed out hugely on that opportunity, or are you happy that you lost out?
They're my friends, so I'm really hugely proud of Girls Aloud. They've done really, really well, and they inspire me to carry on pursuing my goals in life. So it's not, I don't look at it in a negative way at all. I'm really proud of them, and I'm proud of what I've done with my life so far as well.
And do you feel...
So long as they write their own material,
no.
that's fine
we
by
are
me.
friends. If we
As
saw
a
each other, we'd
songwriter
say
myself,
hello
I mean,
and
I'm a
hang out, but
musician.
I haven't seen her in a long time. But she's a busy girl.
And how do you feel when you see her career and how it's taken off, and knowing that it could have been
Very
you
funny,
so
Tom.
easily?
Well, it couldn't have not been me, because that's
Don't
Cheryl.
keep
There's
flopping.
only one Cheryl Cole. But to reach that level of success is something that
God,
I strive
make her
for.
feel
So I definitely look
jealous.
up to her as a role model.
And have you always known that you want to be famous, or is there something that you...
Oh no, that's not what I want to be. It's not what I pursue.
What are you pursuing in your life?
Well, when I went into Pop Star Survivors, I was pursuing a singing career.
But then you wanted to pursue being Paris Hilton's BFF.
No, yeah, a friend asked me to do the show, and I thought it would be a good experience, a good life experience to meet Paris as well. To be honest, to do it for fun, to enjoy
I was going to
it.
say, she didn't
and
want to.
The show was a roller coaster ride, but that was fun. I think you've got to take opportunities.
And for the ratings.
And, you know, when they come around, so.
Dom, what do you think of the whole thing?
I think it's brilliant.
Dom's being... I could be the next Tom Jerry, I
Honestly, I think the fact that you've just taken it and come back and gone away again and then come back, and with a name like Beard, it's brilliant.
I know. But do you know what, Dom? I know I did the Paris show, but that's not the only thing I've done in my
I don't
career.
mind. I love Paris. I'd love to be her best friend. But did you believe her? I mean, like when she said, "We'll stay in touch."
It's a TV
oh, is
show.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You can't go in there thinking that it's real. It's not. It's an experience. It's a life experience.
It's not a life experience, though. It's not real.
You try out different things in your life. That's not the only...
trying out things in life is only like riding a bike or
week.
I'm not trying to be best friends with Paris Hilton. It's like...
I do appreciate...
Did you like her? Because I thought she was very unpleasant.
Really?
Well, I haven't met her, but what did you
I
think?
think you've got to judge someone when you meet them. You shouldn't judge them on what they've done and what they haven't done. It's
much more fun just judging.
But what is your dream? If it's not being on Pop Stars, if it's not being Paris Hilton's BFF?
It's being your best friend, Peaches.
This is why we're here today.
Hence my Dane Cheesy account.
No, I'm just a girl who loves to sing and loves to act, and that's something I'm pursuing as a career. I just want to earn money doing something that I love to do, and it happens to be something that has fame attached to it, which is not, is what it is.
Well, Aled's in the audience right now, asking some people about it.
I am Peaches. I'm here with the audience
Well, if you
talking
can
about
write your own
fame. Anybody
material.
here want to be famous? Yes. You do? Why do you want to be famous?
You like the attention to start with. It's a nice attention to be known, to go out there and be recognised.
Have you got a talent?
Yes, I have many talents.
Which is?
I'll tell you later.
Okay, good luck with being famous.
Thank you.
What's your view on this? Listening to that.
That to be famous, you need to.
I don't think he goes that way, love.
To be famous, but I think also people wanting to be famous, going out to actively be famous, they look at more of the positives than the negatives. They look at having money and everything.
Yeah.
They don't look at. They're human. They still have a private life. They still have their personal issues that are going to be put all over newspapers and things. So.
You like reacting now? What do you think?
Yeah, famous is a good thing. I think obviously if you can make some money for it, why not?
But would you go out of your way to become famous?
You say no.
No, as long as you do it for the right thing. As long as you're actually doing something with your life to become famous.
I think if you're making cash from it, why not?
Yeah, because it sounds like when I'm listening to that, Emma seems to be somebody who's got a really big talent. She's a great singer. You know, there she goes. She's trying her best and she's going to take it again and again.
After the break, we turn the cameras on our audience, who'll be next to share their secrets.
I mean, I wouldn't win Pop Stars or the X Factor. Oh.
But before that,
Are we not discussing furries? I could have sworn it was this week. And so ends the first commercial break. What do I think of it so far? I think it's going pretty well, but I could have sworn we were discussing furries this week. My god, you can really hear the sound from here. Yeah, I think it's going quite well at the moment. Part 2. I still don't like the fact that she used lead speak.
So far on OMG Tonight, we've been discussing the hypnotic nature of fame.
The whole point of being famous, essentially, is you're famous for being something. You can't just be famous for being famous. And then there's Jordan.
I wonder if he's actually directing that.
Still to come on OMG.
Oh, are we discussing furries?
We continue the fame game as I meet a lady who's about to share the most intimate and detailed view into her life with the followers of her blog.
If I could do nothing at all,
I'm guessing furries are just going to be like a small part of the show.
I'd love that job.
I wouldn't mind.
And I cuddle up to a group of furries as I reveal the truth behind the cuddly clique which is shrouded by misconceptions.
It's Meeple, I knew him. I hope he's not wearing the actual tail. If you're watching Meeple, you're very brave. You're a brave meerkat.
You sir.
Okay, my OMG is I used to be in a band and we used to go touring, and basically we were all crashing in a girl's room one night, and one of the members, not going to disclose the name, was shagging this bird up the arsehole, giving it a right old Roger.
As you do.
And,
oh my gosh.
Which is fine, well,
giving her a right old Rogering. Rogering was just really going there, wasn't it?
Roger and a half.
It was for Roger and a bleeding half.
Well, yeah, anyway, the next day
we were
playing
a
different show somewhere else, and yeah, he got a blowjob from another girl.
Band you in Motley Crue?
Almost. And he got a blowjob from another girl, and but he didn't wash.
That's just wrong on so many different levels. I don't know if that's more like you should probably look into the legalities of that rather than OMG. Alex?
You.
Hello. Hopefully he put something on the end of it beforehand.
What is your OMG moment?
Okay,
or she was
extra G. Here it is. Okay, this guy I've just had a crush on since forever.
Yeah.
Right, after pursuing and flirting and new hairstyles and eyelashes and all this, yeah. Finally, he took me on a date. We went to the cinema. We went dinner and then we went to the cinema. All right, check this.
Cinema.
When we got to the cinema, the movie was in motion.
It's better be good.
It was in motion. It was good. It was a good movie. Yeah. You know. So now we're going on, and he starts doing these funny faces, like, I'm thinking, what's wrong? I was like, babe, what's wrong? He was like, I don't feel too well. He let out the biggest fart ever. He was like, I need to go to the toilet. He went to the toilet, I got my stuff and went home.
Tonight we've been
That's probably
talking
better than the film.
Some people are willing to do the most extraordinary things to get attention.
Chrissy Warner,
but furries don't want to be famous. Then again, you've got people like Shoebox.
Good or bad. I get 30,000 hits to my blog.
Somehow I doubt there's going to be another Shoebox.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to be famous. Been given my
I blame that song.
Line. I've been offered a book deal, which is amazing for a blogger. I went to performing arts school and I auditioned for every single show going, like Scrubs, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The OC, blah, everything, but always the girl that almost nearly, and never the girl that got it. I'd rather be
I wonder why you
Ronaldo than Ronaldo's bitch. I want to go out of this world with people going, that's Chrissy Warner and she made a mark and I don't even know what for, like just for being ace. If I could do nothing at all and just be worshipped, then I'd love that job. So, I now have another little project.
Well, I want to never get. That's what
I'll be putting my baby birth on my blog. I'm I've got to look good for the labour, which means I have to get my eyelashes done simply so they don't sweat off during the push-push. I've already had weave put in for the labour, and the only thing that's left is a spray tan.
You are desperate. I mean, have you even put the baby into consideration?
Just in case I don't make it to the studio, because I am about to pop any minute now, I do want you to know that you can watch the full birth of my baby on my blog.
I don't want to watch it.
Today is Chrissy's actual due date, but that's not going to stop her in her bid for fame. Please welcome her, everyone. It's Chrissy.
You are desperate. You're risking going into labour for being on TV.
Okay. I'm ready.
Chrissy,
just don't,
on the,
you know,
nothing at all.
get stressed
nothing.
or anything.
Not even a smidge, not even a wiggle.
Really? What's going on?
I don't know. And I've been to midwife. She's like, oh, she's completely on schedule, but obviously
Do you think Do you think the baby is waiting to be born so you can have your moment on television?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. No, I just don't.
I think this is her moment on television.
Don't let me out of here! I know. She's like
doing this awful. I don't know.
Hey, my belly's ace. No, I don't know.
So why the birth on your blog? Why do you want to?
Well, because it's just everyone just keeps sending me these messages. You'll get loads of messages on Twitter and stuff like that. Everyone just sends loads and loads and loads and loads. Everybody wants to see
I don't
it.
use
Instead of me
Twitter,
having to
so I
answer
don't.
to every single person.
See what?
The baby being born. But it's not the crotch shot. It's just I'm going into labour and then have a baby.
But you're not actually going to film baby head bursting out of vagina moment.
No, I mean no, but like my partner Pete is, but that's our own home personal
Sorry, your
video.
partner Pete has a vagina he's putting on television.
He does stuff.
No, that's cool. I mean,
what is it about fame
I didn't think of that.
that you lust for so much?
Well, it's like, I don't know, I just feel like there's nothing wrong with celebrating who anybody is, and if anybody wants to sort of be famous for anything, they might as well if the opportunity comes
What
along.
do you think you would be famous for?
No, there's a difference between famous and
to be
infamous.
wonderful. I'm not even bothered
I mean, look
about
at
sort of
Christian.
like their money making or like, you know, being on the front of every magazine. I just want to live my life.
Have you ever seen Jersey Shore?
Yes, and I love Jersey Shore.
Do you know who I mean when I say the word snooky?
Yes.
You're obviously quite a diva. How do you fund
I
your life?
It's just, I just find it normal. It's just my life.
How do you make money out of it? How do you pay for yourself?
Well, you just do little bits here and
As
there.
a furry,
you know
I
what
can
mean?
say
It's like,
it's not normal.
A cheeky knit flash, a cheeky little
crotch shot. Well, in my past I did, yeah.
And now?
No, I couldn't. No, but that was like I'm 30 now. But going through my 20s,
I
it's like
had
I thought
but my ears
that
would
doing
fall
that
off.
at that time was a good idea because I fell into that teen sort of market. You know how we always talk about teens who just want to move to Hollywood, who want to be famous. I was that tragic teen that really wanted that because of everything you see in the magazines.
Emma, what do you think about this?
I just think it's really interesting what you said. I mean, okay, I get
Well,
what you're doing, but you said, you know, people just want to see what life.
That's
Yeah,
a
people
good
always
place
want
to
to see
blame.
extremes. Of course, you'll be famous if you have a baby or go murder somebody and then put it on the web because people just like that voyeuristic extent, and it's like bit of sacred time. You're having a baby, you, the baby, your partner, you were the ones who made it. Let it just be. Yeah.
Yes. Completely agree. You know, don't film yourself giving
I
birth
think you're great
on
to
the
do what you
internet.
want to do, frankly. You know, I think it's great that someone's trying to do something, you know.
Is that Rick Astley in the background? He looks like Rick Astley.
Let's find out what our audience think. I've got someone here now. What are your thoughts on Cherish?
Yeah,
To be
good
honest,
luck and all
I've never
that.
heard of her, I've got to be completely honest. And secondly, I think not only is pregnancy sacred, but it's also painful. Do you want to be famous for that?
for being painful.
What do you say to that? They say it might be painful. Is that a problem?
I'm quite into it. I think it's quite cute.
I don't think she's ever had a child before.
I'm really into it, you know?
What you should do is put the video on YouTube and call it Saw 8. But you're gonna get the live of it.
I know you're pregnant.
Yeah, I kind of did something similar with 24.
Here's something to think about whilst we take a short break. What is hybristophilia? Is it A, being turned on by beards, B, a sexual attraction to hardcore criminals, or C, a fetish for people from Bristol?
All right, my lovely.
Find out in a couple of minutes.
I'd laugh if it was Bristol, but I'm gonna guess it's the second one. So yeah, that's the second commercial break. I am yet to see Furries. What can I say? All of you naysayers right now, you're getting it wrong at the moment. The show isn't dedicated, this episode is not being dedicated to furries. And from what they have been saying so far, they're not making it all out to be terrible. Again, I'm optimistic. And here we are, part 3. Let's see if I was right.
So far on OMG Tonight, we put fame in the spotlight and met a mother-to-be wannabe who's preparing to put her birth online in her quest to be famous.
Not actually going to film baby head bursting out of vagina.
Not only is pregnancy sacred, but it's also painful. Do you want to be famous for that?
It's just my
I don't think she's ever had a pet
Still to come on OMG,
baby before.
we discover the furry in us all as we meet a group of fandom fanatics and creep into the world of the furries.
It's nice to be able to put the suit on, not have to worry about who you are, and have a bit of a giggle, really.
He's talking in a suit. Bad furry. Bad furry. You should not be talking in a suit.
Welcome back to OMG. Before the break we asked you, what is hybristophilia? Is it A, being turned on by beards, B, a sexual attraction to hardcore criminals, or C, a fetish for people from Bristol? And the answer is B, a sexual attraction to hardcore criminals.
Very naughty.
Emma, have you come across this before?
Yeah, I actually have, and it's pretty popular. A lot of women seem to write to people in prison hoping that they can form some kind of relationship. And to the women out there doing that, just think, relationships are actually about being safe, and it's probably not the best idea to go and get yourself hooked up with a serial killer, in my professional opinion, at any rate.
Well, it's quickfire confession time, and Aled has the questions. Will Dom Jolly have the answers?
Thank you for this, Peaches. I am going to be asking you questions. Let's start now with a shake.
Who are you?
My name is Aled, and I am here to ask you some confessional questions that have been set by the audience.
Oh, yeah.
60 seconds to answer as many as you can, honestly.
Okay.
Cool?
Honestly?
Well, it'd be bonus.
Now put the countdown theme on.
And you're an evil lot. Last thing you stole?
Last thing I stole? Stole some money off my mum last week, actually. Yeah, only £3, but still, it was stealing. Yeah.
Trigger Happy TV was sold around the world. How much money did it make?
Well, it made a vast amount of money. I think I worked it out once in a very bitter moment. It was about £120 million. What I made from it, not as much.
Right, okay, fine. Most inappropriate thought you've had today?
Looking at you.
Oh, really? Whose job do you want?
I think he's secretly...
Peaches.
What is it about Peaches' job?
Or maybe he plays for
I just think this is the best show I've ever been on. It seems you can do whatever you want. People give you unlimited amounts of wine. It's fantastic.
Of course he's just advertising the show there and then.
How many hand shandies did you have?
How many what?
Hand shandies, wanks?
We weren't allowed anything to drink, I'm afraid.
Masturbating, wanking.
So you're masturbating now.
How many did you do in 2 weeks?
How many did I do?
Yes.
Why?
This is what the audience want to know.
Oh, okay. 7?
7. Thank you.
He can't remember, or did he just count?
Who the fuck counts?
Ever spent the night in a police cell?
Oh, yeah. Once in Switzerland, when I was dressed as a Yeti when we were filming Trig Happy, and we were trying to scare skiers, and we had a big sign. It wasn't sophisticated humour.
I can tell why he's not
a big sign that said Danger Yeti,
kind of used
and
to
100 metres
up
further on down I kind of ran out dressed as a Yeti, and a Japanese guy that didn't ski very well fell off the piste and broke his leg, and we were arrested.
Oh.
And it's not funny, I know, but it was terrible. So I was arrested and taken down to Zermatt and put into prison dressed as a Yeti, which is quite weird.
Least favourite celebrity?
I'm pretty sure some furries have
I can't say it because
had that experience as well.
I'm sure you can.
No, I can't. I've said it before and I can't.
You're such an honest man.
I know, but I get in so much trouble. No, I can't. All right. No, I can't. I really...
Come on! I'll get you more wine.
I didn't hear the questions.
Can I get some wine? Anyone? Some wine?
The obvious safe one is Gillian McKee.
God, does he think he's
so
Uncle
given,
Cargo or
so
something?
no, there is a proper one that I hate,
wants
who's
the
a
real,
wanker,
okay.
and everyone thinks is nice.
Here we go. Come on, bring the wine! There you go.
Oh, brilliant.
He and Uncle Cargo should really go for a drink.
Oh.
Alright, it's Mother Teresa. She's a very, very unpleasant woman.
I feel cheated.
But it got me wine. It was
I feel
great.
cheated. Favourite food for lovemaking?
Jelly.
Nice. And finally, a new lot.
I don't think he's ever brought food
the
into
easy
the
pink
bedroom.
or the difficult brown?
Is this snooker?
I've no idea. I'm an innocent person. Just let me know.
Well, I think the easy pink, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah.
Professional over.
I've no
Thank
idea
you
what that
very
means.
much, Dom.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy the wine.
I hope I do as well.
You
Thank you very
prefer.
much. Back to you, Peaches.
Are we going to be discussing furries yet?
Prepare yourselves now as we meet the humans who just love to release the animal within.
And here we go. We start the stopwatch. Let's talk about furries.
Is Nightwind Arthur Sapphire?
I know the guy,
but it's merely Nightwind.
It's like this. I know the guy on the left. No, the right, sorry.
A social understanding, a bit more civilised, as it were.
It's just so fun to be able to jump around and be somebody that you really want to be. I mean, I'm not saying I don't want to be human, but it's just a personality.
I know the kangaroo.
It's nice to be able to put the suit
I know
on,
the one in the huge meerkat tail.
And just look at people and they'll have a lovely smile on their face and have a bit of a
There
giggle.
is drama
Really.
unfolding on the internet as we speak.
I've always wanted a suit, and I'll be honest, I've been quite jealous of other people who have suits before me.
We make our own characters and we like to draw them and act them out, you know, dress up and just jump around and pretend to be the character, which for me is not someone else, it's not escapism. My character is my personality. When I found the furry fandom, it was just so amazing. It was like this whole thing, this whole community that I could just relate to.
I love dressing.
They're all wearing tails. I hope at least one of them isn't wearing a tail. And I like the fact that it's only the first two that's talking. Well,
so many meters away from a rat, and I say as a joke sometimes that you're never more than 100 meters away from a furry.
Oh, drama is unfolding.
Get ready to go.
It has been 2 minutes.
Please welcome the furries. I just want to cuddle up. Hi, furries. So tell me about being a furry. What does it entail?
More than anything, it's a way to express the creativity that you want to do. It's an avenue more than anything.
I know who you are.
Creativity.
And what are your names that you use?
I call myself Meeple.
I call myself Chonkster.
Wolf.
Jasper Wallace. Aetherfax.
And yeah, who's this?
Wolf.
My name is Nightwind.
I'm really into Nightwind. It's like Harley. Tell me about
because he's got the costume on.
Persona.
At the moment, I'm a tiger, apparently.
Persona, not persona.
I know my actual one is a wolf, because I love wolves.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're part wolf?
I'm a wolf.
No, I don't feel like I'm part animal or anything. I just like to express myself in different ways. Like, I'm really arty as well. And
do you feel furries have a bad rep in the media?
Definitely. And they don't deserve it. Because they're not hurting anyone, you know. You can walk around the street and
obviously Night Wind in his suit, hugging people, and they'll have a good laugh and they'll smile. It's nice.
Do you feel like you get a bad rap in the press?
Absolutely.
How come?
Different people portray it different ways, and other people portray it in their own ways. We're just out to have a bit of fun and a hobby.
You're talking in suit, Night Wind.
What do you think is the misrepresentation of being a furry?
I think more than anything, it's the misunderstanding. It's obviously something different and something that most people have come across, and you can get a bit sceptical of things you don't understand at times.
Yeah.
Like in America, you'd have trouble, because in America you're not called furries, you're called plushies.
I've met two of you.
No, trust me. As Trigger Happy, in America it's plushies, and there's a whole scene where people like to have a little bit of sexual activity with you guys.
That's the preconception, is that it's a sexualised thing, and it's not.
It is. In America, trust me, it is. I was a slight cult figure.
There's a difference between plushie and furry, right?
But then, to be fair, everything's about sex in America.
We kind of know as well.
There is a big difference between furry and plushie. At the end of the day, we are completely harmless people who do it because we love it, because it's great fun. We're furries because we love it. Not what you're thinking.
What is a typical day out as a furry? What even happens? Do you just frolic around in your outfits?
Like everyone's different, but for myself, it's just to meet some friends, maybe have a few people get dressed up, and then just go around and, it's kind of like spreading cheer in a sense, but it's just having a bit of a laugh, really. We're gaining from it because we're having a laugh, and other people are gaining from enjoying the theme.
Well, Alad's in the audience right now.
What do you get out of being a furry, by the way?
Oh my God, they're totally talking about sex.
Is it? Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Is there anyone here want to cuddle one of our furries?
Yes.
Oh, come on, feel free to jump in. How was that?
Like a giant tendon. So I was just saying to you guys, I think that I could make quite
I think he's trying to keep the head on.
And I'd like to be a squirrel furry. So how could I go about it?
Get some nuts.
No, but how would I go about getting my furry gear? Is there a special place that you get your outfits?
There's various people that produce outfits and things. There are fursuit builders, and then some furries just build their own outfits.
Is that Igus?
For the furries?
Yes.
Hello, furries.
Do you play Dungeons and Dragons?
Don, it's my turn, please, Don.
Hello.
Please, Don Jolly, please. Is it like I quite like what you guys do. But is it like an attention-seeking thing?
Yes.
Because I dress up as Where's Wally sometimes and go around, walk around in the public just for people to pay attention to me. Is it quite?
I think your trousers do enough of the talking.
Because they wear things on their heads. Because Trigger Happy was all about costumes. And it's actually getting hugs off pretty women without them seeing what you actually look like. That's what it is.
Yeah, but I don't think you're
Trust me,
furry.
I did it.
At least you're not a good furry.
To see a group of people who are all just
You're trying to make us look like chew
And I can imagine after a really, really hardcore night out, coming home and finding someone like this in your house to just go.
You just think, fuck, I've taken too
Do you know
many
what
drugs.
I mean? I'm all. What did you say? Whatever you said.
Time for a quick break. Still to come more furry frolics, and Dom Jolly gets
They're
to feel
totally making us out to be
We're
bad
back in a couple of
people.
minutes.
Oh?
Before that, time for some more top OMGs. I once said that you shouldn't eat in the bathroom,
So
but
far,
this is
that is
definitely not the
6
case in
minutes
this
and 49
restaurant.
seconds
Eat from the
of
sink and sit
furry.
on the toilet. And if that's not enough, dishes are apparently shaped like urinals and bathtubs. Would I wash my hands before or after? Here's the world's fattest contortionist, weighing over 400 pounds, but this guy can still touch his cheeks with his toes. Wow, that's definitely inspiring. And finally, a work of art. Here's a man with the rear view of a cat on his stomach. What an arse.
I think I've seen that tattoo before. But yeah, thoughts on break number 3? We're doing quite well. They're totally not making us out to be bad people. And they've never actually really pushed it forward. I wonder if there are going to be a whole bunch of new furries after this show. Who knows?
So far tonight on OMG, we've analysed how far our guests would go for fame.
I do want you to know that you can watch the full birth of my baby on my blog.
I've shared a cuddle with Nightwind.
I'm really into Nightwind.
And Dom's enjoyed a couple of glasses of vino. Still to come on OMG, I get Dom to feel the fetish.
It's a Geldof.
Welcome back to OMG. Tonight we've been indulging our animal instincts with our fabulous furries. So Emma, tell me, would you ever become a fairy, do you think?
I think I am a complete convert. Watching you guys going out, just running down the streets and hugging random individuals and not scaring children is an art form.
Dom, you've got a bit of a furry past with Trigger Happy, actually, because you wore a lot of outfits. I think we've got a clip of it.
It's gonna pay.
How do you guys feel about that?
That was my best mate, but good enough.
Peaches, I was from a little more of a hardcore, fluffy scene than these guys.
You were the punk.
No, I was kind of like punk.
You were the
grunge.
rocker, they were the mods.
Yeah, no, I was down there. I mean, I really do genuinely, compared to the people you've had on before, I think fantastic. I love what they're doing. They look like a very nice, in the old days, they'd have been a nice indie band, like Gomez. But as it is, they're dressing up, and I think that's absolutely brilliant what they're doing. All I'm saying is, guys, if you do form a band, go to America, it's going to go badly.
You're the
Because
Sonic
there's
Youth
terrible
of
things
furries,
out there that they like what you're doing. But I think it's brilliant.
That you can beat each other up if you're dressed as a comfy little animal.
No, but
People just allow it to happen.
But the problem is, listen, I'm telling you, it's brilliant. Like, you put that suit on, you can pull a lovely-looking woman like yourself, hug them, but there is a moment where that head has to come off.
What, the whole head?
And yeah, the whole head, and, you know, it's not going to get better.
You guys, apparently there are 3 levels of furry. What exactly are those levels?
It depends on the individual, again, as to how much they want to get into it. I mean, some people just like to delve into it every now and then and get a piece of art or indulge in the drawing side of it, but some people take on more elements. It's completely up to the individual at the end of the day.
I've heard a quote, there's more definitions of furry than there are furries, so it's different for everyone.
Right.
Don't understand what that means
guys.
at all.
Thank you. Thanks. Dom, your work isn't done. A blindfold awaits you as we challenge you to feel the fetish.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry.
More wine?
No, the wine dream's over. You've got to feel the fetish.
That was 9 minutes and 23 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to try and get
9 minutes and
Please.
23 seconds.
So do I just stumble around drunkenly?
You're going to have to work out what this is. That's, oh my God, that's coming towards you.
It's a Geldof.
Please let it not be Nightwind.
Let's feel the fetish. Bring it on.
It's not Nightwind. Whoa! Can you see out of that?
Okay, it's a superhero of some form.
Superman.
Oh, it's all a bit... Oh, hello. Okay, I'm thinking it's a Spider-Man, something like that. Very warm. Batman?
Ow. Nightwind must be boiling in that.
It's some sort of costume. Let's see the glove. Nothing. Touch the front. All right. Tiny nose.
Get
Lower.
on with it.
Lower. Lower. Is there a colour? Give me a colour. Is it a ninja?
It is, in fact, a
Fuck
clothing
you.
practice called Wednedsay.
How am I going to guess?
It's apparently Japanese for full body tights or something. I don't even know.
Right, so what do you do? This is a date, is it? We're on?
That's all from
I
us
don't even know if
tonight.
that's a
Thanks to
man
our
or-
guests, our audience, and of course to you at home. And don't forget that you can get involved by going online and revealing your own OMG moments. Good night.
And so ends OMG with Peaches Geldof, Furries.
I'm thrilled to announce that Chrissy gave birth to baby Ruby Isabella Wattis Wanna. And if you wanna, you can relive the whole magical moment on her blog.
I don't want to relive the moment.
If you missed the last episode of OMG with Peaches Geldof, you can watch it with ITV Player.
That was OMG with Peaches Geldof, Furries.
On BT Vision and Virgin Media Digital TV on demand.
Thoughts?
Next this evening.
Wow, that totally portrayed this as really bad. I mean, they were totally chew foxes right there. Again, I reiterate, 9 minutes and 23 seconds out of 44 minutes of programming. Okay, granted that's about a fifth of the program, but still, they didn't completely focus on it. Same with previous episode, when they did the vampires, it was only like 20 minutes of programming. And I think that it showed us in a good light. Honestly, and again, this is live, this is my honest opinion. As much as OMG is not a brilliant show, it's, like I said, it's not perfect. Why the fuck am I still wearing these? They really hurt your head after all. Look at the hairband, right? These things were digging into my temples like crazy. Ugh. I think we're going to see a few more people in the fandom after this show, assuming people are watching it. I mean, hell, I'm watching it. I was watching it. So yeah. My thoughts, I think that handled very well. To all you naysayers, I have the following to say to you. Roll the music, maestro. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you farewell. Take care, everybody.